In the last couple of days, Axies has decided to skyrocket its price, going from $48 to $74 at peak. But will it be time for Ron to do the same? Now, Ron is a token for the Ronin chain, but currently it doesn't have that much utility. It definitely has less utility than the owners hoped for, but that was necessary to make the transition smooth. Everyone was getting free transaction depending on how many Axies you were owning, but it will all change very, very soon. The utility for Ron will be increased, and they will do that by changing the transactions. The changes for Ron have just been announced, so let's read through them. We will be reducing the free transactions each account receives on 29th of March, which is in a couple of days. The free transaction ensured a smooth introduction of Ron tokens, because without the free transaction, nobody would be able to use the chain, right? You can't purchase Ron outside of the chain, you could only farm it. And to transfer Ron around the network and get it through the system, they needed to provide free transactions to the users. So that was well thought out from them. However, the free gas RPC, the system that allows for free transaction, has limited space, and as the ecosystem grows, we will need to reduce our reliance on it. Over time, more transactions will require Ron to ensure that the free gas is not overwhelmed and Ron has sufficient utility on the Ronin network. Now, the changes that will be coming in are quite drastic. If you don't have any rare Axies, or if you don't have any rare assets, make sure you buy yourself some Ron so that you can facilitate the transfers on Ronin network. Here are the changes for the new transaction system. Below it shows the current amount and what the updated amount will be. So currently, if you had one normal Axie, any Axie, it could be a chop Axie for $20, it doesn't matter, you would get 3 free transactions per day for that Axie. So if you have 10 Axies for 40 energy, you will have 30 transactions per day, just 33 transactions per day. Now that moves over to 0 transactions per month. So if you have any normal Axies that are not unique in any way, you will not have any transactions, any free transactions per month. Now, if you have one Mio Axie, you used to have 10 transactions per day for free, and now you only have 2 transactions per month. If you have one Origin, you used to have 100 free transactions per day, now you only have 10 per month. And if you have one Mystic, you used to have 500 per day, now you only have 80 per month. So you can see these changes being very, very dramatic, right? You only get like 2 transactions per month if you have a Mio, which is like $1,000 floor. I'm somewhere around that region. Origin or Mio will be around 1,000 floor. And if you have normal Axies, you no longer have any free transactions. That means the majority of the market has to start using Ron to facilitate the transactions. And we are talking about guilds, we are talking about investors, anyone that's owning a scholar just to send the claim of the SLP. Everyone will have to start purchasing Ron at some capacity, meaning that the utility for Ron is increasing, and therefore there will be more demand for Ron, which could, in theory, increase the price of Ron. Now, the same goes for people that own land. You used to have plenty of free transactions per day if you owned land, whereas now you will only have a couple of transactions per month. And the free transaction calculation mechanism, each account will receive a certain number of free transactions per month based on the highest value NFT it has. So for example, if an account has one Arctic land and one Mystic land, it gets 160 transactions per month rather than 132 per month, right? Because you only get the highest amount, the highest value asset, rather than it being cumulative. Now, your total free transactions are based on average of the Axie assets you owned and the day and the amount of days you owned them in the month. For example, if you only owned a Mystic Axie for 1 day in a 30-day month, then the formula is 1 Mystic Axie per 1 day divided by 30, which is 0, because decimals are not considered. So you have to hold that asset for the whole month to have the full value from the free transactions, which puts plenty of utility for Ron out there. Exactly what Ron holders were waiting for people to start using Ron. And if you think of this in terms of future for Axie Infinity, for the Builders program, new projects coming into the chain, launching on Ronin network, and those transactions for whatever they claim SLP, they need to send Axies to the scholars for that game. Everything will be facilitated by RON, which is the token on the chain. So you can just imagine how much demand for RON there will be, because not everyone has access to those high value assets. And if you look at it percentage wise, 98-99% of people will have those normal Axies, which are no longer eligible for free transactions per month. So if you run out of free transactions, you will need to create a new account, purchase RON on Katana, and send some of that RON to the original account. Some regions of the world can purchase RON through the Ronin wallet using their credit card. So make sure by the 29th you are ready. You have some sort of RON on your account, whether that's half a RON sent from your manager, whether that's one RON that you purchase yourself. Make sure you have some RON on your account so that you don't get totally locked out of using the transactions and you don't have to go out there begging for someone to send you some RON. Make sure if you are a scholar, you contact your manager, send them these news that this is happening so that they don't stay ignorant and then don't send you any RON so that you can't withdraw your SLP. If you have a normal manager, they shouldn't have any issue sending you some sort of RON into your account. If you have some SLP saved up, then you make sure you use some of that SLP on Katana to transfer over to RON, because this will be huge. This will not go back, and there is no longer will be plenty of free transactions that everyone is eligible for. This is huge news for everyone that is holding RON right now, but also for the future utility of RON token as the Ronin network grows into more and more projects, which should happen sometime this year. So I'm very hopeful, very bullish on RON. Hopefully I will be able to purchase some more for myself. Currently holding about 1900 RON, which for some people is not that much, but hopefully it goes to that $3 to $5 region that it launched on. So that's it for this episode. Let me guys know in the comment section down below, what do you think about these changes? I think they are insanely good for the value of RON. But if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily play to earn content, and I will see you in the next one.